Greetings, everyone. Hello. This is Elizabeth. Let me get YouTube open so I can see comments if anybody wants to join. This was not a scheduled live, but hey, we can do that. Here, let me turn this way. I've got my beautiful apron on, ready to get crafty. There's Miss Susie Fisk from Illinois. Hello, lovely lady. How are ya? Okay. Oops, I think I forgot to turn in my mic. Turn it on. And look, it is already charged. Yay. Maybe. Ooh, look, you get to see my hand. Here, let me turn this around. Flip that in there. Make sure that's working. Unplug that. Turn that on. And get this microphone plugged in. See if I sound better. Woohoo! So the microphone is back there where it was. Does that sound okay, everybody? Hello, Eric. Hi, Jen and June. Thanks for stopping by. Get this a little bit more straight so I know where I'm working today. Hi, Cindy. Sounds great. Fabulous. All right. So, somebody asked, hi, Sherry. I was commenting in another live today, and somebody asked if I was doing a live, and I said, sure, why not? I wasn't gonna, but let's do, which is a great opportunity, because I have some hello cards I need to make, for my card swap in the FSC, and I'm pretty sure most of you are in the Foiling Snobs Club on Facebook. Something made a noise. What was it? Okay, the Foiling Snobs, and each month they have a sign up at the first part of the month to do swap cards. And this month is hello. So I thought, let's do that. Yeah, FSC. So I thought, ooh, let me do them in watercolor, because I have my new watercolor papers that I got that I wanted to see how they worked. And these are $3 a piece at Hobby Lobby. There's 12 sheets. It's 140 pounds. I use this brand all the time. It's the Master's Touch. They do go on sale a lot. They do the 50% off, which is basically buy one, get one free. So if you buy 2 of these, or no, if you buy a lot of these, which is equivalent to this set on Amazon, they're dang near the exact same price. This is their big difference, okay? So far, it feels really nice. They both feel nice. So the Farbin has a watercolor paper, has a tooth, and the tooth is the bumps in the valleys that you feel in the paper. That's what they call a tooth. Smooth paper doesn't have any tooth to it. So your Nina and your fancy printing paper doesn't have a tooth. Now, their tooth, it looks more organic to me versus the Master's Touch, which looks like it might have almost like a napkin quality. It almost looks intentional, whereas this one's kind of more organic, and that doesn't bother me. Okay, so this sheet I did trim, even though it came right out of this book. I did trim it a little bit because my card fronts are not 4x6. Okay, I do a half a sheet of paper, which is 8.5 by 11, cut in half, and you can cut it in half the long ways and get 2 top folds, or you can cut it in half the short way, and get 2 it folds differently. So you can hold it like this, or you can have it like this. Okay. So those are your options for cutting your paper. And if I did a 4x6, let me pop one of these out. If I did 4x6, it would hang out the card funny. Okay. So you have to trim it. No matter which one you get, you have to trim it. So this is 4x6. So I cut it to 5 1/4. Okay. So that 4 by 5 1/4 is going to give us a nice little border. Okay. So you can get the nice tiny border with this. Now with the Farbin, you have to cut it a little bit differently. So it comes out a little bit smaller, but it gives you a bigger border. And this, let me double check, 3 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, so you're basically shaving off a 1/2 inch of this 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so it gives you a nicer, thicker border. So if you want to put pattern paper or anything behind there. So that is your biggest difference. When you trim it to fit your card front, do you want thin? Buy this. Do you like it bigger? Get this. Okay, if you don't particularly care and you can wait, get it from Amazon. If you have to have it today, run to Hobby Lobby. Well, not today because it's Sunday. Let me check on my comments. Hello, Miss Chow and Gloria and Cry Thomas. That's Crystal, isn't it? Let me scroll back up. Jean, Susie, June, Maureen, hello. Gloria, Cindy, Maureen. Oh, I'm back to the bottom. Okay. Yes, it is Crystal. Hello, thank you for joining today. So, watercolor, and then you can even buy the big sheets and chop them down. But I was like, I don't want to do a lot of chopping. So a little bit of chopping is fine for me. Now, if you decide to go with this and you don't watch the video, don't panic. This is very interesting how they send it to you. Okay. I don't know if you can see that, but you can't see the page on these 3 sides. There's no, you can't get to your paper. They seal all 3 sides. And when they shift it, you can tell there's no damage. So this wax, which is basically this gummy part right here, okay? That's all it is. It's just this gummy part. But they put it on all 4 sides. And I was like, how on earth do I open this? So I went to the video and I watched. When you open it up, this edge right here that's covered by the paper has your little opening. Right here are all the individual sheets. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to trash my paper trying to do this. But it's actually pretty easy. Make sure I get in here for you guys. You gently slide your X-Acto knife or thing in there. Okay. It was easy the first 2 pages I did. So you give a little tug. Okay, I'm giving a little tug, not a ton. And then I'm just going around. It actually is pretty easy. Once you do a couple, it just, and then it peels, just like the normal books. Okay? Once you get it nice and started, that's it. And so to trim this one, all I did, made it super easy. Okay? Because this is 5 by 9 sheet. We went to 3/75. Okay? 3 3/4. And we chop. Then we put it back up here, Don't do any twisting. 3 3/4, chop. Now it's ready to go. 2 chops and it's done. Okay, and you get this nice little sentiment piece. This here we just chopped at 5 1/4. So each one of these would give 1 chop and a little bitty strip, which I just threw in the garbage. It wasn't worth keeping. Emily is here from Highgate, Ontario. Thanks for stopping by. I love seeing my repeat subbies show up. It's so fabulous. And I have a couple of cards from Emily from the card swap. I love that group. All right. So the paper, like I said, it doesn't take much. It's pretty easy to trim up. Okay. So let's get our pieces that are already cut off to the side. We're going to move our watercolors. Okay. Put that in my little sentiment box. And then we have card bases all ready to go. And I did the side one today because I think it's going to be fabulous. Oh, and this pack comes with 4. So you get 100 sheets. Okay. 100 sheets. Okay. So let's chop myself up. What's going on? Get our little cards. Oops, that one I didn't trim. So that one's going back. And then I can easily find the 2 and then the smaller ones. So super duper cool. Now I also printed, I went into my document program and I made 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 squares, and in that square I centered these hellos. I put one top or center, and then I put one centered on the bottom, centered in the top. Now what I'm hoping is I have my light table ready, so when we get our design done, I'm going to place this over the top and trace it with a Sharpie so it will look like we had hand-drawn letters, and it will be easy to center because we just center our paper over the other paper. So I've got these printed up. If you're interested, this is the name of the font. I think this one came in a bundle I bought. I'm not sure. Or my favorite spot to find fonts is dafont.com. Okay. A craft house or craft stash. I don't remember. But I thought we would try these guys out. Have you guys seen these in videos? Oh my god, they smell so good. I haven't even opened them yet. Look. Oh, look how beautiful those are. These are the Ink Tense pencils. Okay. They're different than their watercolor pencils. I have their Derwent watercolor pencils. Okay, these are different. You don't have to add water, but if you do, it dries permanent. These, if you color with them, get them wet, 2 days later, go back over it and get it wet, these will move. These, if you get every speck of colored pencil particle wet, it will dry permanent, which means when it's dry, you go back over it, you're layering your colors. Supposedly, that is what I've been viewing. So I'm excited to color our project with these to see how vibrant they are. Oh, look at how beautiful they are. Oh my goodness. And I got these out of Nancy's Amazon shop. So if you're in the FSC, you can go to the units to Nancy's Affiliates and check out her Amazon shop. She has these in there and they were on sale. Otherwise, I would not have bought them because they are crazy expensive. But it was a crazy good deal. I'm so excited. And what better way to practice with our coloring than with flowers? So I'm not sure. I pulled out some flowers, and that's what I do. If I know I want to work with flowers, I pull things out that interest me at that particular time with flowers. And, you know, even though this is a poinsettia, I thought we could color it in different colors and watercolor it. I don't know, I have a feeling about this. So I think we're going to do this one. And that one is by Anthony's Papercraft. He's got some really neat stuff, but this is all that I have of his, and I've got more in my wish list. And then let's pair that one with nope, yep. Oh yeah, we're gonna pair it with this. We're gonna go out of the box. Oh, let's throw a ladybug in there. I saw somebody's kitty. They named it Ladybug. I'm sorry, whoever, if you're watching, but your cat was cute, and we'll do that. So we're going to do this, which means we're not going to ink up the whole stem because we're going to have that there. Oh, yeah. And look at those little bit of stamps is going to fill that right up. Yeah. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. And then since this will be nice and light, we'll go over it with a black marker. Black marker to make it like we wrote over the top of it. Okay. Doing great. June is doing great. That's fabulous. Sherry's been working in her craft room. Whoop, whoop. Oh, Cindy was born in London? How fun is that? I'm kind of jelly of you guys over there. I want to travel beyond the United States. Even to Hawaii. I know that's a United States, but, you know, it's across the seas. I want to get to somewhere where you can't drive to. Let's put it that way. Well, Canada too, because I haven't been there either, and I live right by them. Okay, and Cindy confirms that yes, ink tints are permanent after being wet then dried. No, oh, sorry, Cindy. I'm haphazardly reading the comments. Pardon me. My bad. Okay, Gloria, you're very welcome. Some fonts are just hard to find, and so when we find a good one, we gotta share. Cindy says she always wets her ink tints because they are so intense and wonderful. Fabulous. Okay, so let's grab our stamping platform. Okay, since I have a little bitty project, I'll grab my little, well, it's not the little Misty, but it's littler than my Tim Holtz. Okay, and I have a generic double stick in here for mine. So I'm just going to put this right in the corner. Okay, right in the corner. We're going to get that nice and snug. Then we're going to put this in. I think I want it off the page. Look, picking up fuzzies. No, not that far off the page, because I want that to go right there. So let me actually stamp this first. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that. Yeah, we're going to stamp that right there. Okay. That sounded creaky. Don't you break on me. Spent too much money on you. Don't break. I think my magnets slapped together is what happened. Okay. My magnets are trying to be too happy there. Okay, so we got this. Now we're using watercolor, okay? We do not want to use a water-based ink, okay? This would be a no-no. We want to use a solvent because this is not water-based. If we use this, it would run. And you know what? I'm going to do a stamp off. Oops, I just said don't use that, and here I am trying to use that. Okay, so, ooh. Oh, look, I hadn't opened it yet before. This is my new pad because my other one's got like a hole in the center. It came with a little swatch sticky. How cute. Okay, so here's the dealio. I don't want the black so black because remember, we're going to come in with our what's-his-faces. So what I'm going to do is find a scrap piece of paper, even though it doesn't look like a scrap. Elizabeth, what are you storing your stamps on? Hold on one second and I will give you a tour of that. It actually works for me. I have a couple of little boxes. I'm waiting to empty my file cabinet. Okay, so there's my stamp off. Okay, which is great. And then we're going to stamp again. Hopefully it comes out nice and light. Oh, I'm looking for my tool that's like right there. Hello. Give that some nice good pressure. It's not terrible. I need a gray that's... Okay, so I'm going to look and see that it's this one that didn't get very well stamped. And then I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm going to stamp again. There we go. So now I can see all my lines. I'm going to get my fingers all inky here. Chill out. Back up. Okay. I'm going to clean this because this stuff is a solvent and it gets super sticky super quick. But I lost my towel because why not? Here we go. Okay. So I went on Amazon and I bought a box of transparency film, the more thicker kind. It was super cheap. It's the right-on kind. I think it's in Nancy's Amazon shop. Okay. And all I did is I got a thicker, cheaper paper, 80 pounds or more. And I taped them with the double stick tape. This is the old transparency foam. It had the printer guide in there. The new ones don't, but I write and then tape over the top. And then I stamp right on the paper. Goes like that. And then it goes in a file folder. And in that file folder, I have the magnetic sheets, the big ones, with any die cuts that go with that particular company. So I have my stamps and die cuts together. They're in two smaller boxes right now because the file cabinet I want to use them for is full of stuff I need to scrapbook and get out of there. Okay, so there is that one. And then we're going to put this one right here. And I'm looking and I can see that this flower, I'm going to clean off this flower and the stem a little bit. And if it does a little bit of overlapping, it's okay. So I'm going to put that one there, just like so. Okay. And then we're going to stamp the three bigger flowers with our ink. And a little bit on the side and down the stemmies. And then again, we're going to do a stamp off. And then the stamp off is good because then we can see if we inked it up enough or too much. Okay, there's our stamp off. Ooh, that did not look good at all. Let's try that again. Because even though we want it to stamp off good, there we go. Okay. Hi Ryan, thanks for joining us. Okay. Ooh, that did not, it doesn't like that stamp for some reason. But that's okay. What we'll do is we'll do the same thing as before. We'll stamp, get some ink on there, then we'll take it off, and then we'll put it back on. Okay, well, it's not perfect, but that's okay. We can kind of fiddle it in there, and we'll be okay with that. I'll have to see if there's a solvent gray color. Any recommendations for that? A nice light brown or gray color would work. The ones I have are just the Simon Hurleys, and they're water reactive, so that's not something I want to do there. Okay, so here's this little guy, and if you want to do a lot of cards, like when I'm done here, let me clean this mess up. I'll probably stamp a bunch, you know, do this one a bunch of times, then replace the paper, and then go through and do this one, so you don't have to move your stamp all the time. Do an assembly line. Oh, our ladybug. I almost forgot our ladybug. Now we have our hello, and I think we'll keep our ladybug down in the corner so that our hello we'll do the middle hello. Okay, let's get some inky on that. Oh, that's a good, thank you, Gloria. She believes Gina K has the gray and the brown amalgam ink. I might have to try those out just for this technique, because I'm definitely saving up for the Catherine Pooler inks. Okay, there's that buggy. Let's see if we can't get a decent. I think the ink on 3 Fade Out ink is waterproof. 3 Fade Out ink. I haven't heard of them. I'm so out of touch with the craft world. They've probably been out for years, and I don't know. Okay, this ink, it probably doesn't like that. Okay, let's try this again. And then we're gonna stamp off. Okay, and then we're going to, little stinker. Okay, but it's in there. We can go over it with a pen later, kind of make it, stays on, has a dove grate. See, I didn't know that either. Oh, I'm so bad. I'll have to check these guys out. Clean my ladybug, because this is definitely not an ink you want to let set around. And if you get it on your Misty or other stamping platform, You can get a little bit of rubbing alcohol. I have a water alcohol mix. It cleans right up, okay, because it's solvent. So alcohol will clean that. All right, let's get my little paper back in there. My reminder that it's sticky. Okay, set these stamps aside. Okay, so, ooh, I'm so excited. Now, because this isn't a Christmas card, it's just a thank you card, let's do our poinsettia in something fun, not red. Okay, hopefully that's not too much in the way. I still see the card. All right, okay. Let's do, I don't know what colors these are. Haven't even swatched them. Ooh, that's pretty. That would make a good center. Ooh, that's pretty too. That's more of a brown. Okay, we'll put that up with the browns. Well, there we go. We'll do this little color combo for the poinsettia. And then we'll do... let's do a bluish... No, this color looks fun. Don't know what color this is. What color is this? Ooh, that's pretty. That's not what I want. Let's try this one. Ooh, that's pretty. These colors are really pretty, but it's not quite what I want. Let's try this one. Ooh, that's nice. But I don't think I like it with the orange. Maybe I do like... Ooh, maybe I do like that. I lied. Can we find that pencil again? Or one similar? Not that one. Let's try the next one. There it is. I found it. Okay, we're gonna... Ooh, yeah. We're gonna do... This one is our dark. And because we're kind of doing a watercolory thing... I don't need it to be spectacular. So I'm going to get that dark in the center. Okay. Kind of squiggly. Nothing fancy. Let's get some squiggles in there. And then we're just going to do a couple of lines of the purple. Because from what I've seen, it's pretty powerful. So I'm just flicking out some lines, staying within the petal. Okay. Just flick out some lines. And if your flower got messed up a little bit, you know, make your own. It's no biggie. Just kind of like little guidelines for us. There we go. There's that one. And then we're going to do this nice darks on the shadowy parts. Oops, that's a leaf. But see, nobody's going to know. Get that in there. Oops, I missed a little bit there. Going on a little bit more on the darker areas than our light areas. So these are not perfect. This is anybody can coloring. Super scratchy, nothing fancy. Okay, let's pull out some greens. Don't know what we're working with. And this is what a swatch chart. Ooh, look at that green. Isn't that lush? Ooh, isn't that pretty? I think we need a little bit darker because we're kind of on the dark side of our colors. Not that one though. I think this one with a little bit of, yeah, those two. And that's how I swatch. I just pick some colors and then pick what kind of looks good. Which one was darker? That's the brighter one. So we're going to run our stem down, stem up. Okay. And then the brighter areas. This one was a leaf. I kind of messed it up, but that's okay. Nobody's going to know. And then come in with some darker. There we go. That's part of the leaf underneath. Okay, and then our ladybug. Let's see what kind of ladybugs we got going on here. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. We're going to go right over the top of the black with some red because I can. And again, ta-da! All right, water. Oops, not that water. Water. Now, I'm just going to use my little water pen, get it going. But just like most of mine, I make sure that it's not like overflowing, okay? We don't want big puddles or big blobs of water. So when you paint, it should be wet but dry, okay? We don't want to paint and have puddles sticking up, okay? We don't want a layer of water. We want the water to just blend in. So you can always test your finger to see how thick that water's coming out. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, let me see if I can do it. Okay, this might be a really bad paint job, but you got to see these colors. Look at that. You add water to them and they just perk right up. Holy molies. I saw a background and then realized I forgot to do a background. Okay, Cindy. She's got lots of good info. Hold on a second. Melissa, yes, they change when wet. But, you know... If you don't go play, you won't know, right? Okay, yes, the Inktense pencils will get more intense in water when wet. You really need to swatch your chart to see the colors. I like using the Inktense for base layer of color in my colored pencil art. That's a great idea. Good for doing backgrounds too. Yeah, which I completely forgot to do, but that's okay. Hi, Mary. Thanks for stopping by. You can get an even more intense color by taking a damp paintbrush directly to the pencil. Yeah, I like to do that with the watercolors too. You just grab the ink right off the pencil. That is very, very true. Okay, so let's keep playing in this green. So I got my little, see, and I do not have much water. You can tell that there's not a lot of water sitting on there. But this one might need to go in the trash soon. It likes to drip a lot. Okay. Oops. And again, nothing fancy. I'm out of the lines. Nobody cares. It's kind of watercolory, so maybe you like going out of the lines. And we did our... line work really softly, so if that's something you want to do. Oh, look at those greens just come to life. I hope that you guys can see that really good, because that's really pretty. Okay, and the more you blend, the more you lose those pencil marks. Okay. And so say like this, I'm not really happy with. So here we would take a little bit of ink right off of the pencil, and you can just go right in and add your color that way. No, it won't ruin them, promise. It doesn't do that to the watercolor ones either. Or the crayons or the gelatos, you know, anything you can go right to the source. So now I got rid of that lighter green that wasn't working for me. Okay, so we go like that. Ta-da! And maybe we want to follow these lines around, picking up some color. Dotting it in, giving it some texture. And see, it just sets right on top, even though... Okay, so now I'm going to clean my brush. Okay, so now... Okay, let's play... We're going to... Look at that! Isn't that pretty? I'm going to clean off my brush a little bit because I don't want to pull all that dark through. I just want to pull a little bit. Okay, oops. A little crazy with that water stroke there. But again, doesn't have to be perfect. That's the joys about crafting. Oh, I really like that one. And these ones are the Gina K set. And then this one again is a poinsettia from Anthony's Paper Craft. Oh, look at that. He's Ohio based. He doesn't have a storefront though. He's just online. I emailed him. I'm like, dude, do you have a storefront? You're in Ohio. I could drive there. Okay. So if you don't like something, you can go straight in and add some more. And I don't know if you can tell, but the watercolor pencils do this too. If you pencil over a wet area, it makes a little bit smoother mark. Okay. It's not as jagged as a pencil mark. Okay. So I just want to intense those little areas there. This little area needs some serious intensing because this one was darker. Get that up there. Come back in with our water. Just lightly come in on there. Oh, I really like these. They're so pretty. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. Clean that off so we get the purples out of there. Now we're going to come in here with our poinsettia. And I'm going to focus on the dark areas first. Woohoo! Look at that. Because I don't want to run too much dark into my light areas. Oh, that's so nice. Woo! And now I'm going to come in and grab, so it just makes those pencil marks go away so easy peasy. Again, not very careful, right over the top of the other lines, outside the lines. Oops, we grabbed some green. Now, this is what I was talking about. If you miss some of your crayon buildup, like right here, there's some green buildup. So that's why it smeared in, because I didn't get it fully saturated in water, and therefore it isn't permanent. So you got to be careful in some areas if you do a lot of buildup to make sure that, oh yeah, look at that. You get it completely saturated in water if you want it permanent. But if you don't care and you like the pencil marks, which I do, I'm going to be honest, I like the scratchy movements. kind of matches my style. Oh, look at that. Just go out of the lines a little bit. Look at that. And watercolor, any paper with water will buckle. A, you can tape it down and work on it. Okay. B, when you're done, you spritz the back, pick up any large water drops, and then set something heavy on it. That's usually how I do mine, is I get it all done, because I don't like to tape it down because I have to move. I can't just it's weird. I have to move. So I spritz the back and then lay something heavy on it. Okay. Can you put 2 colors down? Yes, you can, Cindy. That was one of the things I'd watched. Oh, you know what? I am a dork. I should have not painted over the little guy's head, because their heads are black, aren't they? Don't mind me, but that's okay. We'll outline him. I'm going to grab a little piece of napkin and see if I can't take some of that red off his head. So when I go in with the pin, there. Oh, it'll work. Okay, just one second. Is this the red I was using? Yes. Okay. And I want to do a little bit of brown in the center of this flower. Just add some of that. Maybe a couple of that. Not quite dark enough. There we go. Tot, tot, tot. Ooh. So layering on color is super easy. All right. I really like that. Okay, but I'm not 100% happy with some of the lines in here. So what I'm going to do is come in. I'm going to do there we go. We'll build up those lines. See, that's the fabulous thing. If you're not 100% happy, you can just build them up. And my paper is not fully dry yet either, so I'm just kind of mixing this orangey brown color with the red and kind of making my own deeper tone. Okay, and then let's see about this yellow. Ooh, that's a nice yellow. Okay, there we go. So this, and then the brown, red and brown mix for my shadowy area. Because now we're not making a poinsettia, we're making whatever we want. Because that's what we can do. We don't have to follow what it is intended to be. Oh, yum. Look at that. And that was just adding more color in that dark area. Oops, that's that one. I need my red. I want a little bit more red in this. I'm really liking this. I'm so happy I bought this. Yes, you can tape it to a small clipboard and then it's more mobile. But I don't have one of those. Okay. I'm going to actually fill in the yellow area more. I want it more intense. Oh yeah, look at that. So this is a nice method. It's not soggy, so you're not dealing with a lot of water. You're just a little bit of water. Because see, I even stuck my hand on that and it's almost dry. Right where I already... Oh, there we go. That's better. It's not that one. Gotta come in there. There we go. Yeah. Look at that. Okay. Woohoo! Isn't that pretty? I'm gonna have to swatch these and put them in a color order that I can get with. I have no idea where all of these came from. Nope, that don't go there. Let's see, orange areas. Make sure they're just in the same, I don't know. Browns, green. There is a lot to choose from too. This, I'm really liking this. Oops, I missed somebody. Somebody went over there. I don't know. Not too bad. You can pop this out. I left this one in the tray and was able to pick them out. They pop out pretty easy. You can push on the tip a little bit, pull them out. Yeah. Look at all those greens though. A little bit of blue green going on there. Some grays and stuff. Cindy has a swatch chart. Yes, that would be fabulous. You can send it to chatwithsassy@gmail.com. I would like to look at it. What? Cindy got a 3-pack small clipboard at the dollar store. Well, heck, I may have to go look to see what they have. Because then I could add the other 2 for a giveaway. Oh, speaking of giveaway, I was at Hobby Lobby in their clearance section. And, not that one. I found something for the giveaway. Not that one. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I found this for the giveaway. But I got to get 500 subbies. I thought this was interesting. It's not my taste, but, you know, from $10 to $2.50, I was like, hey, I could throw that in the giveaway. Thank you, Cindy. That'd be fabulous. So this one says, happy birthday to you. Congratulations. You rule. You really did it. Yes, it's time. Good for you. Way to go. That is all one stamp. And then this one says, you're invited to a celebration. So this is going to go into my giveaway stack. How fabulous is that? But I need 500 subbies. We're at 300 and some. Whoop, whoop. All right, so we did that. Now, I'm sad because I did forget my background. So let's throw one in. Let's throw... I pulled out background stamps. I think I'm liking this one. We're going to do my Stampendous. And I'm going to put that right there. Yes. And now that I'm done using the water, what I think I'll do is I will use Grr. Grr. No, woof. Woof? Yes, woof. We're going to use woof. Now, with the Simon Hurley inks, they are not to be compared to the Catherine Pooler or the other brands that you see out there. I need to give mine a haircut. Hold on a second. This ink, it's thin. It's a thin ink. Okay, and it's like, oh, I didn't get any ink on there. Yes, you did. When I tip it to the side, I can see there's some ink on there. Okay. It's very, very subtle. And that's what I love about these inks, is you can build them up, and then they're just fabulous. I'm going to go in with those dots right there. Gonna go in with these specks right over the top of those flowers. Nope, I missed. Okay. Yeah, see, so now I've added a little bit of texture to the background, and we're gonna do this section right here. I added a little bit too much inky poos, so let's see if I can fix that a little bit. Drown those out just a little bit because I got a little too crazy with that. There we go. Okay, so now it's just a nice subtle background in there. There we go. I like that. Hi, Sandy. Thanks for the idea of going live, Sandy. I was like, hey, that's actually a good idea. Because then I'll get some of my hello cards done, and it will be fabulous. Clean my Ink-A-Pad or my stamp. Okay, so now that we did that, I need to make a little bit of room. Okay. Because I have a light table. Now, I'm not sure how it's going to work. Let me get a piece of black. Okay, I'm going to put these on, so hopefully the light doesn't mess up the camera. Never used my light pad like this. Okay. Kim in Alaska. Hello. Okay. Yes, I love the names on the Simon Hurley inks too. Okay. Yes, I have old light tables too. Between me and my mom, I wound up with 3 or 4. And then Cricut had a super sale at Joann's, and I got this for less than half price. That's the only reason I bought it. So I think I want to do the small hello. Well, it's not really small. Oh, it kind of fits right in there. Oh, how funny. I don't know if you guys can see through that. Oh, you can. Look at that. So this H like fits right in there just really nicely. And I know it'll be straight because I cut it with my paper trimmer. So this is a as straight as it's going to get piece of paper. And this is centered, okay? So if I line it up at the bottom and set it down, I know that if I visually have equal amounts here, this is going to be centered in my card, okay? Does that make sense? And you can do that with a Word program. I used my art program, Illustrator, and I made the squares and I centered the words in the squares that way. Okay, so you have lots of options. Because you can trace it, you can go over it with your water brush pens or anything like that. I am not that great with them, so I'm going to trace it with a Sharpie because I want it to be over the top of my artwork. Okay. Oops. Sorry. I hit the power button. Okay. Kind of comes through there. I kind of can't see everything, so I'm just kind of having to guess a little bit. No big deal though. Oops. All right. Look at that. So then we can just go in and fill in our area. And it's watercolor paper again, so it has tooth to it. So your marks are not going to be 100%. You know, there's going to be some bumps and weirdness going on, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nice, good Sharpie marker. It's not going to mix with the water at all, even if we missed a spot with the water on the ink tints. So nothing's going to bleed together. And this is just an old school Sharpie. You can grab them at the dollar store. Some stores have them at $2 for something, which is a little bit cheaper than the dollar store. If you can find them in a 2-pack for $1 or something, then you're definitely beating the dollar store price, which is just one for $1. Okay, and then we can, because we couldn't see all the way through, we can look to see, because I wasn't sure if it had a loop out, but it doesn't, but I feel like it should. So there, now I'm happy. It has a loop out. Check that out. Bring out the light box. Oh yes, we're gonna add some black to our ladybug, and I'm thinking we might add some highlight areas for our flower, but we're not gonna be perfect, okay? We're going to do kind of a sketchy look. Where's that ladybug? Ladybug, are you still in the thingy? Uh-oh, I lost my ladybug. What did I do with you, poor ladybug? Gosh darn it. there's the flower. Oh, it's stuck to my thingy. Okay, so we had 2 legs and a back leg. So we can kind of see how that goes. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Doot, doot. And then we're going to color this in. It's got little ladybug antennas. And then we had a dot in the back, a little dot in the front. Fill those in. Gonna follow along my lines just a little bit. And then if you do this the one time and you're like, OMG, I shouldn't have done that, then you just make another card and send this to somebody low on your totem pole. Somebody that you're like, oh, I should send them a card, but I don't want to send them a good card. Send them your boo-boos. That's all you gotta do. Send them your boo-boos. And they'll be like, oh man, it's so lovely. And you'll be like, oh, it's my least favorite card. See, that one I didn't even go all the way around. Follow that a little bit. There. So there it is. Cindy Decker, the font name. This one is this. I do not know how to pronounce it. Hold on one second. Let me open up my files here. So, downloads. And this one. Okay, yeah, so I got this one is in my Creative Fabrica bundle. I was fortunate enough, I was looking for a specific font. They had it in a bundle, so I bought the whole bundle for $7. So you kind of want to watch for those, because now that I've purchased it, I have the commercial use license. So I can make sayings and stuff and print them up with these, like this hello. I could sell these as foil card hellos. They have a lot. I think there was like 90 fonts. And so far, I've only installed up to the B's. And not all of them either. Most of the B's. A's through some of the B's. So yeah, Creative Fabrica. And just be careful if you're, some of those sites, even defont.com, some of their fonts you have to pay for in order to use them and sell them, versus using them and just giving it away. So these, if I hadn't purchased this, I could still do this and give it away. I just couldn't sell it. Okay. But I did, so technically if I made a whole stack of these, I could sell them with this font on it. I missed a spot. There we go. Wasn't that fun? I really like that. I really like those colored pencils. Do we? And so now we can choose our card base. Do we want it to open this way? Okay. My new favorite is this way, off the top, like that. And this is where you can get creative. You can ink. Ooh, yes. Let's ink some edges. Let's pull some of that purple into our edges. And so to ink with these particular ink cubes, I hold at an angle, so the ink really builds up but barely gets on the card. And basically what I'm doing is inking those edges. Okay, now if we want a little bit of color on the card, that's when I'm going to get my, because I don't want it harsh. But I did want that built up really good. So let me grab a little blender. Okay, I'm going to use the same color. Okay, and now I'm going to be gentle. But see, scraping gets you this super, super hard edge. Can you see that? Gets you a nice buildup of color. And then when you go in and ink, it's the nice soft. Okay. Oh yeah. That's lovely. Just like that. Isn't that fabulous? So if you forget to do your background first, you can definitely do that. Okay. I have a spreadsheet where I used about 10 or 12 of my fonts and named them and used different sizes so it can look. Yeah, that's a good idea. Having your spreadsheets. I'm finding I need to go through my system because you know those system fonts? They all look alike and they all kind of suck. I want them gone. They're terrible. Let me get... Ooh, haha. I had a mini video the other day where I was using embossing folders without a die cut machine. This was one of them. And it's going to look beautiful. Beauty-mous with some purple on it. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's going to be a nice little piece for a sentiment, I think. Yeah. Put that in there to dry. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I like ink smooshing. Kim. She's like, funny, that's the system fonts I was using. Yeah, I hardly use any of my system fonts. I got most of mine from Dafont.com, and you can do specific searches for 100% free use or public domain. And the public domain are usually fonts that, like typewriter sets from the first time they ever did typesetting kind of fonts. Okay, now, ooh, I do love that. Now see, isn't that just so cute on there? And it just makes it really pop off that white background. Ugh, that's so nice. I like it. Me likey. Uh-oh. Score tape. Score tape. I've lost you. Well, where would it have gone? All right. Who took my tape? Ooh. Oh, well, that's really weird. That's not usually something I forget to put away, let alone move somewhere. I don't know where it's at. Fine. Fine-orama. I'll use the stuff I gotta cut then. Sheesh. Ooh, I don't want that one. I'll use that one. This is my super, super sticky stuff. I don't often pull it out because the dollar store stuff works really good. And then my glue. Ooh, have you guys talked to Gloria Wolf? She sent out her new packaging. If you buy something new from her, it comes with the small pin and the big pin with the jimmies on it. And then the jimmies have a lobster claw. So then you can switch the pins. But I just need extra pins. So, and if you just want a replacement pin, because all you use is the fine tip, she'll send you this piece, and you just got to swap over your stuff. And so I swapped over my stuff and I cleaned out. This thing was so stuck I couldn't. I put the pin in and it stopped right there. There was so much glue in there. I had to take my fancy tweezers and dig out the glue before I could use my pin. But now her pins fit the super, super, super fine tip. Isn't that fabulous? Oops, got to take that off. X-Acto knife, peel. So I'm using a little bit of tape to hold this down while the glue sets. Okay, because I do have a little warpage. And I'm not even worried about it because once I glue it, the glue acts like that moisture. Remember when I said spritz the back? The glue becomes that moisture a little bit. And what you do, oops, okay, you eyeball this in the center. And if your eyeballs are crooked, that's okay. You can have crooked stuff. Okay, put that on there. And now I'm going to go set this under something heavy. And slide that under there. Ba-bam. In a few days, that will be, well, because that's when I'll remember that it's there. It'll be nice and flat. It'll be nice and flat in a couple of hours. For sure. Even 30 minutes, probably. Or less. That is so crazy. I lost my tape. Which is weird because my room is not messy. I actually cleaned my room. I wonder if it fell in the garbage, if that's what I heard. I don't know if I want to rootin' around in there. Alrighty. So, how long have I been on? Yep. Kim, she just sits on hers for a minute. I can't do that because I would smush it to death. Ironing it with a laminator, sure can do that. I tried to iron my... You guys buy those ridiculous Cricut rolls of... the Cricut rolls of vinyl. These are impossible to work with. I need to watch some videos because I was trying to do some work. Had to tape them down because running it through the laminator, the Minky on a low setting didn't work. It warped it the other way, which was interesting. Alright, so if you guys want to stick around, we can play around. Let's make... Okay, Cindy says there is a website where you can quickly view all the fonts on your computer. Wordmark.it. Huh. That's cool. Sandy says, I'm sorry I needed it. What did she need it? Mary, I was hoping you would do the edges. Yeah, sorry for not noticing your comment sooner. Ooh, Gloria is wanting to do her February swap in Slimline Mini. I need to look into that too. No, I want to. Can we just funny today? Oh, cool. Hello, Bonnet. Thank you for stopping by. You asked if we took something you were... Oh, yes. Sorry, I'm a little slow. I could use my tape back now, though. Okay, we are going to do Somebody asked if you could take two colors and blend them together and make something new. So we are going to take yellow and a blue to make green, because we can. And I'm using the whiter part of the pencil. I'm just gonna go over the whole half of the background. Okay. I'm gonna try and make it even. It's not gonna be perfect. You guys probably can't see how much yellow I'm putting on. It's not very much. I mean, look at that. The pencil still has, ugh, so nice. And I'm not a point sharpener. I prefer to sharpen with a knife. Occasionally I'll use a pencil sharpener, but yeah, I don't really need a point. I fake it. Even on fine detailed artwork, I fake it. Super light-handed. You don't need to do, okay, this is super light-handed. There's about the center there. Okay. We're going to cross the center a little bit. Do the same over here. Ooh, that's interesting. Even on the dry side, it is blending. Okay. So we have our yellow. We ran the yellow into the blue side and then went over it with some blue. And you can already see it turned it green. How clever is that? Yes. The smaller pen definitely fits these. Although the day I showed it, it was full of glue. And that's why we need them. I just need a little something to hold it now when it's not in use. And then I don't have to worry about it. I can put the little gem in there. Pop it off. OMG. Maybe I'll just need another bottle. One for the fine point, one for the... There we go. So just pop it off and leave it like that. That's what I need. Ooh. I got gooey buildup. There we go. Pop that back in. I use this one a lot because for gluing down the card base. Okay, so now we're going to take our big brush. Okay, nothing extravagant. Dollar store. The cheap end of your craft aisle. Okay. Again, I'm not going for the beaded up look. I want it a little bit on the dry side. Oh, look at that. How fun is that? And that was just a little bit of water. Okay, I'm a little funny. I like the sketchy look. I think I mentioned that a little while ago. So I'm pulling my water, okay, and I can see it dripping down the side, so I know it's a little too much water. Give a little go around, smoosh it around. Okay, now I'm going to get that blue off of there. Tap it on the side of the cup so I can see. Make sure I don't want big puddles, okay. Oh, so nice. Look at that. Ooh, I'm going to stamp right on top of that one. Okay. So now we're going to do, let's get our paper wet. Let's get our paper soggy. I'm going to put a little bit of water down so it has something to hang on to. Okay. So I made soggy paper. Okay. Now doing this on a wet surface will eat up your pencil. So don't panic. Oh, that is really cool. stay put. Ooh, I like that. So pretty. Okay, that part is not quite wet there. I don't want to blend, so I'm going to tap a little bit of water in there. Okay. This would be a good technique to actually tape down, because that tape down would give you a really interesting border. If you get color on your pencil, don't panic. Little bit of water on a rag or your finger and it's gone. Just like that. Okay. Okay, that was really fun. Let's see what happens if we add more water. Okay, so Miss Bonnie was a little late. We are playing with my new pencils. Oh, that is so cool. So we have the blue, we have the yellow, and we have this tint of green. I got the new Derwent ink tints. They're in Nancy's Amazon shop. And I needed to make my hello card somewhere. Where's my hello card? Oh, see that? It hasn't even been 30 minutes and it's already flat. So I wanted to try the new ink tints with a stamping / watercolor technique. So this is what we worked on. And now we're just playing. These will be, I'll let them dry and stamp right on them. That one's dang near dry. Ooh. Yeah, I have some great pencils. So we're just kind of seeing what these ink tints do. Now, to be fair, since I have, sorry, I had to, okay, so let's pull out, nope, that's black, that's green, okay, blue, here we go, I found a blue. So these are not exactly the same blue, but here's Derwent's watercolor, and then here's their ink tints pencil, okay? So we're going to do, okay, I'm going to do the other side because my fingernails, I mean, darn it. My fingernails got in the way. So I'm going to bring in the blue. Now this is the ink tints. So I just went over it twice. Okay. Now this, again, we're not doing the intensity or the shade of blue. And we're going to go over it again. Okay. Get that filled in. Okay, oops. Okay, so I made a boo-boo, so let's put some harsh lines in there. Okay. It's interesting. Okay. So we have our ink tints, okay, and then we have our watercolor pencil. And we are going to take and squeeze out our little guy, and we're just going to have a little bit of water. Okay. And here, we're going to blend that out. Now you can see the harder mark. That sucker, that's not going to go anywhere. Okay. So that's your ink tints pencil, okay? And then we're going to let that dry, because their biggest difference is in their dry properties. Okay, so I clean off my brush really good, dried it off, and then put it back in the water. So I can have another, again. Okay, now, don't flip it because we want to stay with the Inktense on top. So I'm going to hold that down. Okay, same thing. The hard marks are not going to go away. Okay, but they blend out pretty good. I mean, both of them, the pencil-y marks are gone, okay? Because remember, we barely hit it, and we purposely left pencil-y marks on this one. Same with this one. You know, those pencil-y marks are there. So you can get rid of the pencil-y marks if you're light-handed, okay? Let me heat this with a dryer. Okay, what are you doing? Okay, so our Inktense and our watercolor. I don't know if you can see, but remember, I went back and forth the same. I went back and forth, and then I went like over it a little bit. The color pulled out in a more deliberate design, whereas the watercolor, it kind of smooshed out. That's the watercolor expert. It properties, it kind of smooshes out and blends. So even though I went like this, we don't have those harsh lines. Okay, now I soggied this up pretty good, because if you get every ounce of color from the Inktense wet, it will dry permanent, whereas watercolor, it does not. And this is what we're going to test out. Okay, let me do a more purposeful. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of water, and we're going to make a circle and a circle, and then we're going to do a circle and a circle, and then we're going to tap, and then we're going to tap. They actually, interesting. Okay, let's try that again. Circle right where it was. Yeah, those aren't going anywhere. I wonder if you have to be quicker about it in the watercolor. Maybe their watercolors are just different than most watercolors, because they're not water active. Although it did stain, although that's still a little wet. Interesting. Now these are old watercolor pencils. I wonder if that has something to do with it. Because most watercolors, if you add more water to it, will change it up. So let's do that. Let's put, where's my yellow? We'll get, do I have yellow over here? If I don't have yellow, I'll have to get something else. Oh, there's yellow. Okay. So let's try this. That was really weird. Oh, nope, the spot went away. It's a little bit there still because it's wet. That's crazy. So here's the watercolor. And I'm pushing a little bit harder there. Okay. Isn't that neat? Clean our little brush. Okay. And it picked up a little bit of green. A little bit, not a ton. And that one did too. So I don't know if maybe it's my watercolor pencils, but you can see how much more intense they are versus their watercolor. And maybe different watercolor pencils do different, but I don't know. I do love how bright that yellow is still on top of that. That one almost disappears, but you can still see that pretty good. That's very interesting. This is the ink tint side, and that's the watercolor side. But again, it's the Derwent watercolor, so maybe they're old, because these are old. These are over 10 years. So maybe they had different properties back then. I don't know. But it's kind of cool. So does that mean I can mix them and then get even more use out of them? Let's see how they work together. Shall we? Okay, so we're going to use the yellow ink tints and, pardon me one momento, while I sharpen my blue. Okay, so let's do the watercolor in blue. And we're going to bring down some blue to make some yellow. Because we can. Where's my water brush? Hanging out with my tape somewhere, probably. Ooh, yeah, they blend together. Look at that. So if you have a small amount of watercolor pencils, like me, I only had like 12, and you go and you buy the big pack of ink tints, you can mix them. They'll probably give you different effects, but nothing wrong with that. Look at that. Very interesting. A little too much water. My bad. So yeah. Very interesting. I like it. Haha. So cool. Fabulous. Let's do a leaf. We need a leaf. Do, 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 do. That yellow for, wow, that is so cool. Ha. And then I could do a hello right over the top of that. How fun would that be? Alrighty. I'm going to have a whole lot of fun with these pencils. Yeah. I like that. That turned out nice. I think it needs, let's pull out some more. I don't know. Is this one going to be a good one? Yep. We're going to do it in this green. So this method, if you bring your pad at an angle to catch it good, if you tip it a little bit more so it drags over the top, it's going to give you a different texture than using your brush, which we will also do right over the top, just because they're going to be different. Ooh, that green, that was a nice choice. Sometimes I do a good job. Let me see. We want our green ink blending on. I need to color coordinate my blender brushes that Miss Tracy sent me. So I'm going to take some of this green and see how different techniques you can mold them together and get such fun combinations. How fun is that? And if you want it darker, you just build it up. So maybe we want a vignette. So we're going to go over our corners a little bit more. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, I think that one turned out pretty nice. Woohoo! So yeah, okay, now we have, we have some green. I think I'm going to ink smush it on this one, actually. Let's try that. Okay, so we're going to get our little ink wet. And then tap, lift, and twist. Oh yeah, look at that. Tap and twist, tap and twist. Oh, look at that. So I have ink tints pencils, and then I have distress ink. I love it. That's fabulous. I don't want to do it to that one though. And then we're going to get even more water down and then smush it really good. And then, that's a nice pale green. So I can use that card for something else. Okay, so let's do a stamp right over the top of this. And I think I know which one I want to do. I might need it up a little. I don't know. Let's see. Where's that? Oh yeah. Okay, so I think we're going to do this one first. We're going to do layered stamping really quick on this one. So remember, this was super simple. We just ran the pencil, the blue and the yellow, and then a light color mixing. So now we're going to do our gray again. Okay. And I think I'm going to pick up the bubble side. Get that on there. Set that on there. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it would be nice if it showed up a little bit. Watercolor paper, don't forget it has a tooth to it, so you might need extra ink. I use this ink all the time. I probably have to re-ink it. And we're gonna just move over just a little. Okay, so it's very interesting. I can still see my little dots, but it just added a weird little texture to that, and that's okay. And then we're going to go right over the top of it with a dark black. After I wash that, though. Okay, put you away. Now, that's the one I want to do. Put my grass on there. Put that on there. Yes. Okay. That will be fabulous. So what I'm going to do is kind of make like a little scene. I'm going to get the grass there and do that twice. Okay. No! These little magnets, I wish they were stronger. I like the strength of this, but to buy just one of those is ridiculously priced. Okay, so we're going to put that one there. And this time it doesn't matter because my paper's dry. I'm not going back in with any inks. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Memento because I don't have as much problems with that. Like the stays on. Get my block so I don't drop it though. Get my handle! Okay. Stamp. And this is why the stamp positioner is fabulous. Because if at once you don't succeed, try again. And know that you're probably not going to get a perfect stamping on watercolor paper, okay? You can always go in and fill it in. That's not going to stay there. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not even cleaning my stamp. I'm just bringing it in and hope it doesn't stick to me. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. You can buy the long magnets from Stampin' Up. Well, thank you, Gloria. I will have to go check that out. I don't know why, but I kind of like how that's kind of spotty. But if you don't, maybe this isn't the paper for you. You can do the same technique because we use such a dry piece of my fuzz from my ink pad got in there. That's all right. We'll use a little bit of what's his face on it. Oh, you know what? I should have tried that. We'll have to do that on the next one. I should have misted. I should have added a little bit of mist of water to my stamp and seen if that would have went a little bit better. So we're going to put that one right there to see if we can't cover up that little blemish. Right over that line. Okay. And then we don't need to ink the whole thing. Just our blades of grass. Right through there. Oh yeah. Look at that. We hid the blemish. And then I think I'll put this one really tall up. Like so. ink the whole guy up. So if you have silhouette stamps, I mean, you can ink up your background with your pencils, your watercolors, whatever. How fun would that be? So if you don't have watercolor pencils or watercolor crayons or anything like that, maybe you just have the Crayola watercolors, that's okay. Those will work too. You know, the little 50-cent ones that you used to be able to buy, and now they're like $1.15, $1.20. Amazon has the thin magnets, pack of 6 or 12. Not only the 3/16 of an inch or something. Yeah, Amazon always has something. I did buy these magnets at Hobby Lobby, and I thought they were great until you put them here. They don't really stick. They're not strong enough. You definitely need something that strong. I mean, that has a good strength to it. But these work in a pinch. But, okay, so there's that. I like that. Now I need to find my lid so I don't... Okay, get that over there. Clean my stamp, because you know how the black is. It gets yucky. Gotta clean that off. But I think I'm gonna keep that one out because I want to try it again. Hi, Georgiana. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, so there's that one. And again, you can use your light table and put the hello in there. You can cut a sentiment. If you have a stamp, you can stamp it. I think I'm going to put that hello in there when I get a chance. But what I want to do is try this. Put this in the corner-ish. Not completely, because I want it to hang off a little bit. We're going to do this again, but with a spritz of water. We're going to see what a spritz of water will do on watercolor paper. Okay, just put that away, sort of. Okay, so we've got our Memento Black, because that is a water reactive, and our paper's dry. We're not using water, but we're going to give it a little spritz. I'm going to hold it up high, give a little spritz, wait a second, make sure everything gets kind of happy, and then stamp. But I don't want to push too hard, because now that you have that water on there, if you push too hard, it's going to go and make a mess. So I'm just going to give it a light tap. I'm not even using my tool, you know, oh, that looks interesting. What? Oh, I like that. Ooh, you guys, I like that. It's splotchy, but it's not as open as that. And it does kind of feel almost watercolor-ish. I'm going to actually overlap a little bit. Oh, we got to move over. Not enough room. Magnet quit. Okay, so we're going to put that there. We're going to do a little bit of overlapping. Okay. Yes. This is going to be fabulous. And then I'll have another hello card. That easy. You make a bunch of backgrounds, do your silhouette stamps or your fancy stamping, and you're good to go. And then if you're doing the trace method for your hellos or your sentiments, you know, you can take that down to where you're watching TV, set it in your lap, and work on it while you catch up on some shows. Okay, I did the mist far away. Let it sit there a little bit. Okay, and then come over. Remember, light tapping, because we've got water on there. We don't want to over squish. Ooh, we have company coming.
Hello.
Oh, that would be my son. What's up?
Dad wants to know when you're gonna be done so we can start the rest of dinner.
In a little bit. I went over my hour, so they're probably tired of me. Yeah, in about half an hour.
Alrighty.
That way there I can clean up too. Thank you, bud. Okay, so that one was a little less dramatic, but that's okay. It could be because the paper's a little bit more curled right there. So I'm just gonna tap one more time and see if we can't fill it. Nope. It says I don't want to fill in. Okay, let's try this. Another spritz. And gentle tap. Oh, that's better. Oh, yeah. Thank goodness for stamp positioners. Yeah? Look at that. So this one, we did our pencil background. We added the water. Then we got this weird texture by picking up some leftover ink smushing. And then we used our silhouette. We spritzed it with a little bit of water. I'm just digging that. See how it's more watery versus this way when we didn't use water? But I'm really liking both of them. Now I'm looking here and I noticed I didn't get enough of the grass colored. No worries, my friends. Let's clean up this little mess. Okay, clean that up. I lost my little... Ugh, let go. Scooch that out of the way. That's going to go there. Okay. I spritzed the stamp, not the paper. Because I have the watercolor, there's a little bit of gray texture in here from my Simon Hurley inks, and that would get affected if I sprayed my paper. So I just did a little mist on the ink and stamped. Well, not on that one, on this one. Okay. I think they look so fabulous. Same stamps, same colors, green or yellow and blue, totally different outcomes though. Isn't that fabulous? So in like this, so I missed that. So I'm just gonna bring down that, okay? And if you don't like how shadowy it is, you can go in and add more black, because isn't that nice? It's not dark enough. Add some more black. But when you're working with watercolor paper, just know it's not, stamping and stuff is not going to be perfect. You're going to get a different different look. Okay, it looks like Bonnie tried to share the Amazon. I'm assuming that's from Amazon, so that's what we would want to look for, the LOV iMag strong Okay, so if you search for that in your Amazon, you should be able to find that. Georgiana, I've been watching your Cricut videos today. I haven't. I need to catch up on some of my subbies that I follow. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, da, 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 da. Okay, cool. Fabulous. Okay, so if you want to hang around really quick, we will pop on a hello for these. Okay, I think that worked pretty good when I put that paper down. Do I want that hello or do I want that hello? I think I want that hello. Let's see. Hello, hello. Hellos. Turn that one on. Booyah. Ooh, that one goes right to the edge. I like that. Yep. Okay. I'm liking that. So knowing that the hello is centered, I just make sure that my end is, I got even space on both sides, which I don't, but my letters touch, so that's okay. And isn't that fabulous? When you're tracing, here's a little tip for you. If you can't continue the line, okay, you're going around and you need to stop in a spot that's thicker than everything else, okay? That way there, when you go and fill it in, you're not short and, oops. So like here, I stopped right here, and then when I overlap to fill in that spot, that little nub will get disappeared. Will disappear, okay? Because now if I stop here, I might have a little bump, okay? But if you stop in an area that's thick, you can kind of go over it and blend it in, okay? So that would be that. And then I would just fill those areas in. See here? I didn't stop here. I didn't stop at the line. I stopped inside. That way there, when I go to color it in, it's going to be a perfect blend. Okay? Because if I had stopped out a little bit, there might be a little area I need to fix. And those are a little bit harder to do. So when you're tracing, stop in an area that's thick. Okay? Move your paper around. And then you can go in and fill all that goodness in. So there's that one. And then I think this one needs a little hello. I'm going to have it up higher. Okay. So here's this. If I come and stop there, because this part is fat there, and then I can pick up my pencil and begin again. And then this one was just a little bit fatter, like so. Okay. And see how I didn't stop in, and then it kind of make a gook. Same thing there. Stop in the fat area. All right. Oops. Finger got in the way. I'm going to have a crooked H. There. And then we have this faux handwritten. And they won't ever know that We can't write like this. And it will be beautiful. Ta-da! And then I can just color those in, and we have more cards that are finished. I'll turn off that light. Whew, that sucker's bright. But I like this Cricut one because you can make it bright or dim it down. Say like you're just using computer paper. Okay. So here we have this. And oh, I can't see it. So then I can turn it up. And I can go just until I see it. So that's really nice. And the surface area is huge. I can use a little bit of washi and hold that down and place that on top. How fabulous is that? I don't use it enough. I need to use it more, though. And this was a great way to use it. Okay. Ooh, 13 degrees. Yeah, it's been cold all over, I think, except in Aussie where they've had a really hot summer again. Yes, Bonnie, that is a great font. It is Creative Fabrica, and that's the name of it. It was in a bundle that I purchased. It's a really great bundle. I need to finish loading them all up. So now, you know, just playing around, okay, this is the one we started with, and I've got 3 cards ready to go and 1 card all finished. I'm going to make another one like this. I kind of messed up my ladybug, but I still think it's super cute. Oh, I need to work on my background just a little bit. And then again, you can do the same thing with these. Bring in a different color for your border. You know, ink up your edges. Maybe because we used black soot, let's, or not black. Do you know what I mean? Probably not. Make a vignette with the black since we have so much black. And then it just makes our center look so much more brighter. So if you don't have colors, you can use your blacks to do that. Okay. Just add some spice to your edges. Now this one I didn't scrape because I didn't want to detract from this. Well, maybe we can. It all depends. And maybe that one needs a nice blue. This blue. Well, it's not really blue, but we're going with it. There we go. Inky edges. Kind of pull everything together. Right over your watercolors, whatever you're using. They don't mind. They're not picky. They'll hang out with anybody. So after my dinner, I can come up and finish my hello cards, and then I will have 4 ready to go. And just a couple more that I need to do for my swap. Cold days in Alaska. Ooh, I can't imagine living there. That's just too cold. Too cold. Alrighty, my friends. I thank you so much for joining me in my crazy 2-hour live again. I hope you did some crafting or cleaning or something, or just sit there. You know, it can be a lazy day. It's a Sunday. I thank you all for joining, and we will see you next time. And hopefully tonight I'll have a whole bunch of stuff posted in my Chat with Sassy Facebook and Instagram for Elizabeth Costa-Rogers. And we can see these all nice and close up. Until next time, I hope... Oh, yay. Kim was making backgrounds. Yeah. Anchorage is 9 degrees. Minus 26. Oh, yeah. Crystal was cleaning off her craft table. Whoop, whoop. Alrighty, everyone. Have a fabulous rest of your Sunday, and we will see you Wednesday at 5 at my regular day, but at 5 o'clock, because at 7 o'clock we got to go to Nancy's for something. I don't know. She's doing something over there, and I'm excited. So we will see you Wednesday at 5. Bye-bye. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. That one didn't turn out too bad.